At TSR, we believe that a woman's place is wherever she places her trail. Welcome, you're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Being that it's Women's History Month, do you think these are appropriate questions to ask any woman in any field and discipline of the arts? Was your vagina rude to someone? Was the real reason you used the surrogates to keep your figure? What did you think when you heard Teresa say that Steve was just interested in you for blowjobs? Would you ever consider having your lip implant removed? Gretchen, he was dating Joe, he's been with Lori. Is there something in you that feels all weird about getting sloppy thuds? These questions and these other questions. And really, I got a question of my own. Who's the drunken idiot that came up with this? It is a, believe it or not, Real Housewives expansion pack for the ever so popular, ever so overrated What Do You Meme game. The core game is required for this expansion pack to be effective, but I do not have the core game. Believe it or not, I actually passed it up. I saw it a few weeks ago at the thrift shop, Unique. I passed it over because the core game itself was not related to pop culture, although it technically was. I'm not a big fan of memes, just like a lot of people are not a big fan of puns. Just as they consider puns to be the lowest form of verbal or written humor, I consider memes to be the lowest form of social media visual humor. Which is why I rarely use memes. But memes seem to have taken on a life of their own. So much so that they have their own game. And expansion packs which are based on pop culture. There are several of them, like Game of Thrones and this. I just picked it up for the sake of picking it up because it was purchased for $1.99, and really, where else are you gonna find a Real Housewives expansion pack? This, by the way, spans the entire franchise. It's not just the Real Housewives of Orange County, or New York, or Miami, or, God forbid, New Jersey. No, this spans the entire franchise of Real Housewives shows. If you don't know how to play What Do You Meme, watch this demonstration video from our friends at TTPM Toy Reviews, and then you'll get the gist of this game.
There are 75 photo cards that include common political figures, as well as babies and children giving some intense side-eye, and adorable animals doing their thing. There are a total of 360 caption cards in this original pack. Anyways, the game essentially operates in a similar format as many other situation scenario card games, only this time with memes as prompts. Gather a group of at least 2 friends, but the more the better. Then deal out 7 caption cards for each player. Players take turns judging each round moving clockwise. The judge for the round draws a photo card, and it's up to all other players to submit a caption to complete the meme. Now, of course, the photos used have been circulating the web as real-life memes for years, but try to tune out any previous associations with the images when judging. Once all other players have submitted their captions, it's up to the judge to deem the winning meme, aka the funniest meme, in their opinion anyway. That player earns the photo card as a point for the round. Play moves on. As the instructions say, keep playing until you get hungry, then stop and order a pizza. But really, this is one of those games in which the end is whenever you want it to be. Games can be short or insanely long. Overall, this is an easy go-to to break out at a party, night out, pretty much anywhere. The key to this type of game really comes down to the people playing and knowing your audience. Some memes and captions might be offensive to some. That said, for others, it's the kind of game that really can bring out tears from laughing so hard. If you already own the game and want even more options to work with, we also suggest checking out all the different What Do You Meme expansion packs.
So now that you got the gist of the game, really, even though the core game is required for this to apply, I don't think you really need the that picture stand, that little picture easel, because really it's just a simple picture caption matching game, matching the funniest memes with the funniest captions, and figuring out and judging which combination is the most perfectly funny of them all. So with that in mind, let's take out these visual memes here. I gotta say, Even though I am definitely the furthest thing from a Real Housewives fan, I did do a full check of all of these cards. But I have to say, there are some Real Housewives in this stack that are quite attractive. In fact, one of my pals said I have a thing for, cougars. And I'll admit it, yes, I do. As long as they are really hot. And, I'm gonna be ashamed to admit this in the morning. But some of them are indeed, as you're seeing it right now in real time, really hot. The next time I see the core What Do You Mean game at the thrift shop, for posterity's sake, I'm gonna buy it. Because again, you need this core game for this expansion pack to work. But then again, in my opinion, you don't really need it. Again, it's a picture, caption, matching game. You can just, for the sake of it, match this meme right here of one of the Real Housewives drinking her wine glass filled with bubbly to one of these memes here. It does have to match pretty well though for you to get a point. When your enemy calls you sweetie would be a decent match. Not a lot of boom shakalaka in that one, but hey, that would be a pretty decent match. Or this, where you show up to a party and your name isn't on the guest list. I'm just taking a couple of captions from one stack here, which is still wrapped in its, what do you call this? Yeah, it's a binder right here. Plenty of caption options to choose from. When someone brings their husband to a girl's night out, you know what? This would be the perfect match right here. Let's not try and hide much of her sexiness. There you go. And how about when someone says they spent $25,000 on a pair of sunglasses? Well, that wouldn't work. How about when you show up for a casual barbecue and everyone else is just to nines? Well, that wouldn't work, but there are plenty of options here. When you can't tell if your friend is mad at you or not because he's had so much Botox, when you find yourself wondering whatever happened to customer service, when people start to question your husband's sexuality, well, that would be the second or third best matching caption to this photo right here. Or how about just taking another visual meme here and matching it with another caption. How about when you show up to your party and your name isn't on a guest list? When you show up to a party and your name isn't on a guest list? Well, that would be, this combo right here would definitely, more than pass muster with the judges in the What Do You Meme game. So that's pretty much it. It's a simple picture caption matching game with a lot of sabazz added to it, for lack of a better term. A lot of sabane, a lot of sabazz added to it because, again, this is a pop culture expansion pack. Why in the world the Real Housewives, I will never know. I have a certain disdain for the Real Housewives and the man who first discovered them all. And you know him from Watch What Happens Live and from my channel because I have 2 of his books. Most Talkative and the Blank Diaries. You know his name. He's the host of Watch What Happens Live. And he deserves all the blame for this. But then again, I ought to cut him some slack because some of the Real Housewives in here are actually really hot. Contents: 30 caption cards, 75 photo cards to be added to the main deck. This is for players ages 17 and up, from 3 to 20 plus players, with a time frame of 30 to 90 plus minutes to play. It only makes sense that I purchased this from the, believe it or not, Salvation Army Family Thrift Shop here in Patterson. Because these women and all the Real Housewives will need all the salvation they can get. You know the expression behind every great man is a great woman? That is also true, but not here. For every self-professed great housewife, there is an incredibly colorful, to say the very least, great big sham of a wannabe house husband. Thanks all for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side.